Hi, my name's Ivor Hamilton. I work with Universal Music. I'm the VP of Catalogue Marketing here in Canada. And I guess today we're talking about the Beatles. And I think everybody's got a connection to the Beatles somehow. I certainly had one when I was a very young person. This story relates to the first time my mother went to England. And when I heard my mother was going to England, I was really dying to get a copy of the Beatles book monthly, and it's something they put out through their fan club. And so I said, Mom, when you go over there, please get me a copy of the Beatles book. So she went over there and looked for it, and she couldn't find it. And what ended up happening was I got a copy of this book that I still own to this day. It's certainly seen better days. It's the Beatles Book of Illustrated Lyrics. This came out in 1969. When the Beatles were on their, I guess, in their final days before they broke up in 1970, and it was put together by a graphic artist by the name of Alan Aldridge. And I was thrilled to get it, but remember at this time I was all of 10 years old. Once I got it, I was very excited and decided that I would take it with me to school. I was in grade 5, so I took it to school and showed it to some people, very proud of it and not really aware of the context of all of it. The story goes is that because of the content of the book, even though they were the world's most popular band at the time, is that the book was confiscated from me. I was sent to the principal's office, and I was threatened with the strap for having this particular book. So what I'll do is I'll show you a couple of the pictures within the book that got me into a lot of trouble. The first one here, where She Loves You, is illustrated. These come from what I would guess is 1920s softcore photos. So there you go. I guess it's fairly tame by today's standards. You can see hanging in the sky. This is the Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds shot, and there's written descriptions of this from Paul and from John and the various members of the band. But the one that really was offensive to the staff at the school or my teacher at the time was for Lovely Rita, Meter Maid, and that's the one that got me all into trouble. To this day, I don't have all of it. I guess it's fallen apart over the years, but this is the shot with the offending nipple, and that's what got me sent to the office and almost got me the strap at age 10. Anyway, that's just one of my Beatles stories. One of the other interesting things that happened on that particular year was we were living in Mississauga at the time, and John Lennon came to Toronto. John and Yoko, they wanted to get away from a lot of things. All the craziness was going on in England, and they decided that they would not stay in the city and they would get out to the countryside. They visited legendary rockabilly singer Ronnie Hawkins. His house was out in Mississauga. Now, if you take Mississauga in 1970, it was pretty much countryside. It isn't anything like it is today. So they were staying out in the country at Ronnie Hawkins' place. They still kept in touch because they ran up a phone bill of $9,000 because John and Yoko wanted to stay in touch with everybody. So what I saw was a picture in the Toronto Star. It was titled "Beatle Through the Snow," and it was John and Yoko riding on a snowmobile. And I knew that wasn't far from where we lived because we were staying at my grandmother's place out in the country. So off I trudged through the snow on a Sunday afternoon, the day after I saw that picture in the Toronto Star, with my grandmother's little brownie camera from the 1930s or 40s, and I was bound and determined I was going to find John Lennon. And I was out there for the whole afternoon trudging through the snow across open fields everywhere. Unfortunately, I did not see John Lennon, but it was something that I will never forget about the Beatles. Thank you.